Going to speak now to Conservative MP Sir Michael Fabricant. Michael, thank you very, very much. So, at 22:03 p.m. on Monday, I was stood next to the GB News stand at the Conservative Party conference. Someone told me, categorically, impeccable source, he's scrapping the northern leg of HS2. Then I went on air, and then the Tories said that that was not true. And then it has turned out to be true. And then Andy Street said he might go, and then he didn't go. Is it a bit of a fiasco?
Well, it all went wrong, didn't it? When 3 weeks ago, a Treasury official was walking up to Downing Street holding a transparent folder, and the folder was talking about the costs of getting rid of phase one. So it all got, phase two rather, so it all got out there. And it's been pretty difficult to handle the media ever since. But, you know, unlike my pal Ben just now you were interviewing, I actually am very, very enthusiastic about the fact that phase two is going. And I don't think that many commentators really understand exactly what is going to happen. So let me just briefly explain. The line will run from Euston to Birmingham. Yes, everyone knows that. But in fact, HS1, phase one, will carry on past Lichfield and then join an upgraded West Coast main line, and upgraded so that it can take high-speed trains. That means that there will be high-speed trains in Manchester, not running slowly, not running at a full 180 miles an hour, but quite capable of going at 140 or 160 miles an hour. And that'll be delivered possibly within 7 or 8 years, rather than 20 years, which is what it would have been had HS2 carried on.
OK, look, hey, I suppose it's better than nothing, and there is this £36 billion
I think it's better. I think it's a lot better solution, actually. And, you know, Pat McFadden was looking very miserable there, as he usually does. But I'd like to remind Pat McFadden that actually the original HS2 proposal was very good. It originally was going to connect with Paris and go into Manchester Piccadilly and Birmingham New Street, which would have made sense. Instead, Lord Adonis, a Labour transport minister, totally redesigned it and resigned it in such a way that it doesn't connect with any of those main stations and really is a bit of a white elephant. OK, now, Michael, let's zoom out a little bit. HS2,
I'll be honest, I've had enough of it. OK, so there were some other issues. There were some other issues that took place at the Conservative Party conference, which we're going to be addressing a bit later on. The first one for me, I've got to get you on this. The language that Suella Braverman used. She's previously used an invasion. She spoke about a hurricane of mass migration, etc. Are you bothered by that use of language, or do you think most people actually agree with it and would use it themselves?
Look, it's colourful language. Look, let me be absolutely frank. I'm, you know, very pinko on social issues. I'm a patron of the LGBTQ conservatives. And I don't think she's either homophobic or sexist or, you know, it's just exciting language. It's language that attracts attention. But I certainly don't think it's hateful language. Not at all.
No, that's obviously your view on that. And I think as well, you know, these people potentially who do, you know, go, oh, gosh, I'm outraged. I'm absolutely outraged by what she said here. Some people might argue, Michael, why aren't you more outraged at the impending disintegration of society?
Well, precisely right. And, you know, it does not work if you can't get to see a GP. And it's because there are so many people moving into your area illegally. We do have to tackle this problem. Now, as Rishi Sunak has pointed out, that because we've now got this deal with Albania, we've managed to send back 10,000 people this year back to Albania. And that's great. But we have to go further. And we will go further. And hopefully we will be allowed by the Supreme Court to fly people back to Rwanda. And I share Rishi's confidence that once these young people who've all got phones, all follow what's going on, they're not the aged and decrepit coming across to this country. Once these young people realize they're going to be shipped off to Rwanda or elsewhere, just like the Albanians, they won't come.
No, I mean, look, Rishi Sunak was strong on that. Suella Braverman's been strong on it. The criticism that was levelled at them, of course, is, well, why didn't you mention the ECHR? Why are you keeping quiet about the ECHR?
Well, he sort of did.
Go on.
He sort of did, and not many journalists have picked up on this. And what it was, in his speech, if you rerun the speech, he said he'll do anything it takes anything to make sure that we can send these people back.
You're right. So
I'm very
you're the
confident he's got that in
second.
mind.
You're the second Tory MP who's come on to reliably assure me that he was talking about the ECHR there without talking about it. Is that enough for people? I mean, look, with respect, Mark, you know, we're staring down the barrel of, you know, an election at some point relatively soon, and
yeah, he's got to deliver.
just make it blindingly obvious, right? Why doesn't he just stand up there and say it?
Because he'll upset certain people in the Conservative Party as well as upsetting people in the Labour Party. Look, at the end of the day, we have got to deliver what we say.
Yeah.
And I've said to Rishi, I said it to him a couple of days ago, you know, we've got to stop talking about things, we've got to deliver it. And there's a lot of good stuff here in the speech. I mean, I've been saying for years, I was partly educated in the University of Southern California in America, and kids in America do 5, 6, 7 subjects before they go to university. Here we concentrate on just 2 or 3. I was really pleased to see this initiative. What are we calling it? The Advanced British Standards.
The Advanced British Standards.
Or whatever.
Yeah, 5 subjects instead of 3. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the child inside me is saying that you're not going to win the youth vote with that one. But hey, maybe you will. Maybe you will if they end up being better educated. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Michael, thank you very much. Michael Fabricant.
Thank you.
Who's the Conservative MP for Lichfield.